Well, I'm all for Christmas, all the happy smiles and the wishes.
Hey everyone, and thank you so much for coming back to my channel. So as you can see, I'm so excited to share with you guys today part 2 of my Decorate for Christmas 2020. Now, I'm so excited to share this video. I had a lot of fun editing and putting the music on this video. This is definitely the more exciting part, I think, than part 1, only because this is the main tree going up. My living room's getting all nice and cozy, my kitchen's done, and I'm so excited to share it with you all. So today, like I just mentioned, I will be putting my main tree up in my living room. As you can see right now, I'm decorating my window, and then I will be doing a couple other little things in the living room, and then I go into the kitchen. I also decorate outside the front of my house, but I didn't manage to film too much of that just because there were so many people walking by and it was a bit embarrassing. So I will share that footage with you at the end. And then I also talked about in my last video putting up something on my banister, which you'll see very shortly at the end of the video as well. So I've tried to condense this down as much as possible, but I had so much footage I wanted to share with you all. So I really hope that you enjoy. I hope this gives you all the right Christmassy feels. I hope that you enjoy the music. Just to sit back, relax, put me on while you decorate your own home, and I just really hope that you enjoy.
Whatever we do, we will be alright. These holiday wonders will open your mind. May all your wishes tonight come true. The love I live, the dream I knew. Well, I'm all for Christmas. It's a magical time full of kisses. Take a walk outside and tickle the snowman's nose. Moving nimbly, did you hear something from the chimney? I will keep you warm as
This is always the worst part of putting the tree together. Obviously it is a fake tree, so you have to find all the right bits. Now this tree used to be my mum's tree, so it's a really old one, and some of the colour coordination bits have rubbed off, so you'll see me try to match it all up in a little bit. But as you can see, I'm having a little boogie with my daughter, and she ends up helping me very shortly. She's so cute in this video. I just love having her help me this year. Last year she was just that little bit too young, and I think she just wouldn't have been able to do it all, but this year she really wanted to help, so you'll see her quite a lot in this video. Especially when I'm decorating that tree. But yeah, right here I am just separating it all, getting it all ready, and then we're going to start to get that tree sorted.
It's cold outside, but the fire keeps us warm. We can spend the night underneath the mistletoe, and I've gotten you a present that I put under the tree. Tomorrow it is Christmas, the first for you and me. The snow is falling down and the storm is on its way, but as long as you're around, everything will be okay. 'Cause all I wanna do is spend this holiday with you. Tomorrow it is Christmas, the first for me and you. I longed for this moment to have you for myself, in a cabin out of nowhere, just us and no one else. I've decorated everything till we're perfect for this week. Tomorrow it is Christmas, the first for you and me. Another year went by, but the difference this time is that ever since July, I've been happier than I have ever been. It's safe to say that my love for you is true. Tomorrow
So at this point, my daughter had actually gone to the park with my husband and my son, so it was just me working away, trying to spread out the branches. I am absolutely terrible for staring at my tree and fixing it all throughout of December, so absolutely no doubt in my mind will I have moved things and changed it all about. by Christmas. I just can't help myself. I think it was one year, I think I was pregnant with my son actually a couple of years ago, and I ended up pulling my Christmas tree apart, fully apart 4 times. I think it was about 3 or 4 times. I just couldn't help myself. So I'm not going to do that this year because that is a bit extreme, but I will be fixing the tree and filling in the gaps and fixing the tinsel bits and maybe moving decorations around. I just can't help myself. I think one of the reasons my mum says she never puts her tree up too early is because she will just sit and stare at it through December and do the exact same thing as me. But I wanted to get it up early and I was really excited. So I will definitely, yeah, I'll have to play around with it. I always do. And then obviously I'm putting on the lights here. This is another big... Do you know what? Actually putting the tree together is quite a lot of work, isn't it? You don't really think about it. You just get excited at the thought of putting it up. But when it's up, it just makes the whole room feel so much better. But anyway, yeah, I'm putting the lights on, fixing all that, and then we'll get round to decorating.
Tomorrow it is Christmas, the first for you and me.
Come on in, come on up, come on over for the merriest time of year. Come on up, come on in, get together for a good time. Smile, my dear. Come on in, come on up.
Like I mentioned, I prefer this shredded tinsel than the other one. I did use another bit up on my tree at the top of the stairs just because it is quite gappy and I was kind of just wanting to fill in the middle part. But I like the shredded tinsel, and what I kind of do is throw a lot of it on and then I go along and take half of it back off and fix it all, and I'll be fixing it throughout December like I mentioned. But my tree is definitely not a perfect tree. It's a very messy, very personal, very colourful tree. This is just how I like it. Don't get me wrong, those beautiful perfect Christmas trees are absolutely amazing. This to me is just very much a Christmas tree, and it's just very personal and very like homemade and influenced by my babies, and yeah, it's just, to me, this is what Christmas is all about. Yay, now time for my decorations. So these are all very personal. Like you can see, this one is one of my daughter. She actually made that little ornament in her nursery class, I think it was last year, so absolutely love it. So that goes on my tree, and then everything really does have a meaning. Like we have one from Jasper when we lived there, we have things from London that we bought. Obviously there is some just pretty ornaments on there, but the majority of our ornaments do have some sort of personal meaning, have something to do with my baby, something to do with me and my husband, and again, that's just how I like it. So this is us setting it up, and then my kiddies get involved here, and Aria puts on her Anna and Elsa decorations, and my son / me put on the Olaf decorations.
Like 1, 2, 3.
Our Christmas tree wouldn't be Christmas tree if it didn't have the candy canes on it. You will see candy canes throughout my whole house through November and December. That is just us. We love candy canes in this house. So yeah, that's what we're doing here. And then my daughter asked if she could put the star on the tree this year. So once we've popped on the chocolates, we then put on the star, and that is the tree pretty much done.
Swinging Christmas, just like 1, 2, 3. Jingle bells ringing in my ear. Jingle bell, a sound that's oh so dear. Frosty the snowman is all around town. Watch out for reindeers are falling down. We stay up waiting for Santa tonight. He climbs down the chimney at the speed of light, while we're dancing around the Christmas tree, hugging and kissing just you and me. Carolers are singing outside our door, lovely songs we all heard before as they walk from house.
So I don't even think I mentioned it, but obviously this guard here is to protect the tree from my little boy. He is very inquisitive this year. We popped it up last year because he was just crawling, and no, he wasn't, he was walking actually last year. So he was obviously all about the tree. This year he's very much interested in the tree. So hopefully by next year I might not have to have this guard up, but for now it's up and I don't mind it. Obviously I've got nowhere to hang my stockings, so it works putting them there for now, and it kind of nice just having a little area of my living room that is for the Christmas tree on its own.
While Santa's busy saying ho ho ho, we're feeling jolly eating Christmas cake, and then we go skating on the frozen lake, saying hi to every friendly face, and later we warm up by the fireplace.
Obviously onto the bathroom downstairs. I don't have a lot to put in this bathroom. I literally just have my Santa soap dispenser and a red towel. I just didn't have much, and I'm not going to go out and purchase anything new for the bathroom. I just wanted a little bit in there, so I thought I would do that, and it just kind of brings that little bit of cozy red into my bathroom as well.
Christmas lights are all around. I can see them now. It's like they spell your name. It's insane. Now we're back here once again. Holidays and
It's now time to unpack all the Christmas mugs, but as you can see here, my absolute favourite Christmas mug has broken. I am absolutely gutted by this. I cannot tell you how upset I am by this. This mug I actually bought myself back in Jasper, Canada, when we lived back in there in 2013, and I loved this so much that I bought it and I wrapped it so well, bringing it back home in our suitcase. And I did actually have the matching teapot, but I never bought that for myself. My really good friends in Canada sent that over the year after, and that actually got a chip in it a couple of years ago, and now my handle's broken off my mug and I'm heartbroken. I cannot tell you enough how upsetting I am about it. But my husband has glued it. I just don't know how well I'm going to be able to use it. I think it's going to have to be just sort of a display mug, sits beside the teapot and the tree stand there. But yeah, I'm really gutted about that.
I'll be
I wasn't 100% sure what I was going to do with my little mason jar lights this year. Obviously I didn't have them up last year, so this was kind of something new, and you saw me change it out for the autumn season. So I thought for Christmas it would be a really nice way to take all that out and put some candy canes in, and actually see when it's lit up with the candy cane colours, it looks so beautiful and so festive and Christmassy. So I'm really happy with how it turned out. My husband actually suggested this option to me, so thank you so much, husband, I really appreciate it. Yeah, so I'm really happy with how it looks. I think it's something a little bit different, and it just adds something else to your kitchen maybe that I didn't think I needed. I was always going to put the candy canes in the kitchen, I just didn't know where I was going to put them this year. And like I mentioned in a previous video, I have the same sort of decorations every year, obviously with a few additional new items, but I do change where I like things to be put. It's just obviously it depends on what I'm thinking that year. So this was something different, and I actually really like how it turned out. So obviously I'm filming this over 2 days again, so I have changed things about from how the living room was. When I filmed the aftermath of the living room, things are still the same way because I filmed it the night I did it. So I'm thinking of doing a little home tour maybe in a couple of days after this video goes up, of the whole house in a nice flow, just to show where everything is. And guys, I'm not even going to lie, probably throughout November, December, things will move and change. I just can't help myself. I will play about with things and move things around. So yeah, that's why you'll see me doing a couple of different things in the living room, but in the after shot of the living room at the end of this video, it will still be the same because I shot that the night I did the living room, if that makes sense.
Wine by the fire, don't care of anything else. It's Christmas and some kind of love, my friend. I'll pray it will never end. Do you like to be here too? It's Christmas and outside snow's glistening. It's just you and me tonight. I'll spend all this Christmas with you. Oh, it's such a charm, got you up in my arms. There's nobody at the door. You said I wish this will never be over. Darling, it's time for your present. Come over here. Now it is time to get out in the snow, lighting a light with you. Choirs will sing and the joy bells will ring. Nobody loves you as much as I do. It's a wonderful feeling from floor to the ceiling. It is that time of the year, drinking hot wine by the fire, here on our own.
So for my table decoration this year, I kind of just wanted to do something a little bit different. I already had this sort of glass fishbowl thing, whatever you would call it, the pillar candle and the sort of wicker basket there. I picked up some gold pine cones from my local store. They were like £1.50, and then I had this garland that was actually my mum's as well. I had this on my stair last year, but I didn't like it. It's not long enough for my banister and it's not very thick, so I decided to use that and put it around the sort of fishbowl and make it into sort of like a centerpiece. I don't want to do too much on my table because my kids are obviously around and they climb on the table all the time, and I just wanted something really pretty and special that sat there and just made it look really festive. So this was kind of like my own version of a DIY centerpiece for my kitchen table.
Hold up, I am on my way, I'm in motion. Let's go to the ocean, yeah, let's go outside. We can hang out on the beach without freezing, yeah, isn't that amazing? In Christmas times, we'll chilling and having a good time. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart. But this year I wanna hang out with my friends and family, making angels in the sand. You ready? Doesn't matter, it is Christmas in my heart. And I can promise Santa's coming to visit. No, he wouldn't miss this in Christmas times. Oh, and the sunset.
So this is what I've been talking about for my banister. What I've done is I've got some ivy, fake ivy, and I'm wrapping that around along with the lines of the lights, just to kind of, I don't know, just make it look a little bit more than just the lights there. I love the lights there, but I just didn't like all the wire around the banister. I think if the banister was a darker colour it wouldn't have been as bad, but I think because the lights had that black wiring, I just wanted to add something to it. And I was speaking to my mum and she suggested something along this line. So to get a garland, I find them really quite expensive for the length that I would have needed and to get a decent thickness. So I kind of just made like a makeshift style garland with ivy and my lights this year, and I actually am really happy with how it turned out. It does dull down the lights a bit, but I've got a lot of lights going on in my house, so I think it's absolutely perfect, and it just adds something to my banister. I think it just makes it a little bit more festive. Yeah, and I'm really happy with how it turned out.
We're gonna dance, dance, have a good time, dance, dance, all night long. We're gonna dance, dance, and have a good time. I think Santa's gonna come and join us in this song. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart. But this year I wanna hang out with my friends and family, making angels in the sand. You ready? Doesn't matter, it is Christmas in my heart. Whoa, oh, oh.
And so that brings me to the end of my Christmas decorate part 2 for 2020. I'm really happy with how everything turned out this year. Like I said, I don't have a massive amount of money to buy a brand new decorations every single year. I've just added this year to what I already had, and I'm really happy with what I've managed to do. Like I said earlier in the video, the living room is slightly different because this was filmed the night I did the living room. The next day when I did the kitchen, I ended up changing a few things around. So if you're interested in like a full sort of nice flowing home tour, I will happily put that up on my channel. It could only just be a couple of minute video, but I thought it might be nice to show you how everything is looking now. But this is how my living room's looking. I'm loving my throws. They are the comfiest things. Honestly, I'm so happy with them. And those advents are quite high because I think when it comes to having chocolates in them, my son will be all over that. So they are there, and then I'm really happy with how my tree looks. It just is a super festive, Christmassy feeling tree, and I love it. Absolutely love it. So obviously I did my living room, and then you saw me do my kitchen, and there were just a few touches in there, a nice little centerpiece. And then I did my banister, and I also did the front outside of my house, which I will show you now. Those are the candy cane lights, and that is the display I have. I am still the only house in the street that's lit up, but all my neighbours are really happy and they're really loving what I've done. And I've had so many kids stop by the window and say that they're loving it. And then obviously my candy canes are there, and I also have this garland thing on my window, but I've inserted a picture there just because it wasn't super clear, and that's what I got. That was one thing I forgot to show you in my haul when I did the video a couple of videos ago. And this is my kitchen, so I really hope that you enjoyed. I hope this has given you some ideas, and it shows you that we just don't have a lot, but I've made what I've got work, and I've given a little bit of Christmassiness in every single room in my house as much as I possibly can. So I really hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that it's given you all the right Christmas feels, and I hope that it's motivated you to either decorate your own home for Christmas or even just sit back, relax and enjoy this video on its own. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.
Isn't this how it's supposed to be? Making our Christmas memories.